It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show with Billy the Kid and Scott Tang.
Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show!
It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah? It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah! Oh, look at that. He said yeah. He said yeah for real again. Because guess where we are? In the cubicle area. What's up? I'm Scott.
And I'm Bill.
And this is
the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show.
Back in the cubicle area. Here's the deal. We've been trying to move all around this building, trying to get a location where we can be loud and do what we want to do and not have to disturb people in the office. But we've had a Wi-Fi issue. We've been asking for new Wi-Fis for how many weeks now?
It's been like a month and a half.
Right, so hopefully we get new Wi-Fi one day and we can go in a room and we can do what we want to do. But anyways, that gets us to the point of we were out front the past couple of days. Well, G-Dog's like, yo,
You
let's
can't be
not
out
be
there
up front.
talking to listeners.
Yeah, how
can't
dare
have
you
people
talk to the
see
listeners.
what you do. You can't have them interact with you. What do you think this is, a live and local company? No, we got to keep you locked away behind the closed doors.
Like, people are supposed to see what you look like. You got faces for radio. Come on now. Well, anyways, he's like, well, let's go back into the cubicle area. And we're like, listen.
I don't know if you know what you're getting yourself into.
People do not like us in the cubicle area doing the show.
We're basically in the stacks here. That's what we call this now, because it's the libraries. You got to.
So basically, we got diplomatic immunity today.
We got 1 day free show, so we're going to put a moratorium on all complaints. Just as a public service announcement, if you're doing work, put that work on hold or take that work elsewhere because it is cubicle show time. And Audra was so focused on our announcement that she walked into the pillar, the load-bearing pillar there in the middle of. I wish I had that on video.
Oh, me
that
too.
was delightful.
There's Jay Scott.
One of our old regulars.
Hey, welcome
back to the show,
Damn.
Jay.
Too bad. If I thought about this, I would have.
missed you guys. Where you been?
We've been sequestered.
Yeah, we've been trying to do a show elsewhere. Can
We're
I
trying
say
to be
that?
respectful. Here you go. I got to give Scott.
All right. So, anyways, yeah, all complaints on hold for the day. Diplomatic immunity for
and
Thursday.
If
Thank
you do have complaints, send them to John Riley, but make sure that they do not come back to us.
Yeah.
Address them purely at him because
It's
this was his
fault.
idea.
His fault, not ours. We've been trying to be good. All right, so we got a lot to get to. Who is going to be the first billionaire out of the Kardashian Jenner family? Cardi B and Offset reveal their baby's name. If you didn't hear it yet, you're going to hear it in a little bit, so how about that? Taylor Swift, what's going on with this lass?
This Tasty Lick.
What's going
And
on?
when I say Tasty Lick, I mean the songs that she writes. How has her songwriting process been impacted by her skyrocket to fame and fortune? She's practically on Mars with Elon Musk as far as celebrity is concerned.
And
So how has that changed her?
And what has
as an
changed
artist?
in Kylie Jenner's body?
Ooh.
Get to that as well. And also, Box Office Bill in the building. You know what? I do like Box Office Bill better than Movie Pass Bill.
Box Office Bill.
To
You
be
can call me
honest
the
with
Bob.
Yeah. Oh, like another. Wow, this is
Like a
so
baby
many
on board.
versions of Bob's. Okay, so let's get into it here. Cardi B, since this is the oldest, newest, whatever news.
It's news, but it broke yesterday, and the baby broke free of its womb tomb on Tuesday.
Yes. So like we were saying yesterday, that the rumor was that she had her baby, and we're like, no name on it, all this stuff. But she did actually go to her Instagram yesterday and make an official announcement, like announcing the child's name and its date of birth, and with this picture here. So she didn't like keep it a secret at like a while. So does that make you happier?
It
yesterday?
does. Oh yeah,
because
it
you're
sure
like,
does.
oh, why are you not putting out the baby's name? Blah blah blah.
I did
yada,
jump the
yada,
gun
yada.
on that one because I retracted that a little bit because I was like, oh, it's only if they make the official statement. Now Cardi B herself made the official statement, said we've got
I'm gonna go
welcome.
grab my phone real quick. I
Yeah.
don't have to go far because my desk is
Look at
actually
that.
right here.
You can even. I bet you if you're still talking the entire time, then we could probably hear you. Can we get a mic check from Scott over in the Jams Cube?
Bill, can you hear me?
Mike,
On the Cubicle Show.
Yeah, I think we can. If anyone out there listening can hear Scott, well, it's too late now because he's back. but
Okay. Well, anyways, what's
hit
the
us in
baby's
comment.
name?
The baby's name is Culture Kiari Cephas.
Oh.
Culture with a K.
Yep.
Just so you know. I remember back when Cardi B did an interview with Ellen, I believe. It was like a month or two ago. And she was talking about how Offset picked out the name and how it has special personal significance to him. And now it makes sense. Because Offset, being one of the Migos, they have two albums named Culture and Culture 2. And now
Culture 3 with
and now,
the K.
yeah, Offset has Culture the person. Which also, I think it's interesting. It maybe sounds like he didn't particularly want to have a baby girl because Kiari Cephas is Offset's real name. They basically named this girl after him and threw a culture with a K at the beginning of it.
Ah, interesting. Yo, what up, Kyle? What up, Eden? Thanks for tuning on in, guys. Yeah, and I guess though, here's some stuff I heard though is like Cardi didn't spell it with a C for culture because C, like she's a blood allegedly.
Oh, that's right, because she
You know,
changed it. She refers to herself as Barty and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you got to drop that. So in that sense, I'm glad that they went with the K for culture instead of naming her like Vulture because that would have been like horrible.
I'm not gonna lie. I said this earlier. I didn't say it on air, but I said it on my Daily Dish live stream as soon as I hopped off the air. I think culture is a really stupid name. It sounds like vulture. It reminds me of naming your kid after a buzzard who's just popping out and looking for scraps of dying animals.
Well, it was funny yesterday when we were talking about the baby's name on the 5 o'clock mixtape yesterday. IROC's like, yo, that's such a horrible name. Like, can you imagine being like, yo, this is my girl, culture? It just sounded so funny.
I don't think
the
it
way
sounds
he said
good.
it.
I don't.
Yeah.
But I do, like I said, I do respect her for coming out and saying the name straight away rather than like sandbagging it for another week.
Is it better than Chicago?
No.
Is it better than Dream?
No. Dream is slightly better.
Siri?
Siri?
Or Surrey?
Whatever
his name is.
Honestly, I really think this is Rumi and Sir. Oh, Rumi and Sir, yeah, the Carter twins. Those are probably on the same level. It's not a horrible name, but it's not a good one either. I actually do kind of like Chicago. I think that's kind of I don't want to say a hard name, but I think it's kind of like, makes me think of pizza, you know?
It's, it has a nice breeze to it.
Yeah, I think I like North. I like,
Isn't Chicago windy?
Saint.
It's got a nice breeze to it.
Oh, there you go. Hold on. Gotta, yeah.
God's
no, that's the wrong one.
It was God's plan.
Well, you know what? God ordained for that to be hit, so we'll hit him with the... There we go.
Okay. So, from one B to the next B.
All right.
Kylie B. And the B does not stand for
doesn't
baby. Stormy.
You guys rotating around?
Yeah,
we are right next to the Wi-Fi router because our stream has been cutting in and out so much lately, and John authorized us for a one-day special. He actually told us to come back to the Cubes. And we were like, John, do you know what you're doing here?
We're going to get yelled at, and he was like, we can't get yelled at.
You, not to hijack. I enjoy running.
Oh, you want to come?
That's the point of the Cubicle Show.
What do you think of the name Culture? A little Culture Kiari Cephas, yeah.
I like it. I think it's cute.
Okay.
Now, what do you guys think?
I think it's ugly.
I think it's horrible.
I think it's bad. Well, not a bad name. I don't think it's a great name.
But it's kind of what's the word? Homage to Offset, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, their albums.
Yeah. So.
Culture 3.
I guess the things they drop are culture.
Offset's only capable of putting culture out. That's it.
Thank you. Cubicle Show humor.
One can never be two forks.
Shout out, Meg. Yo, and thank you, Meg, for allowing me to steal your G-Eazy joke the other day.
I forgot his G-Eazy pass.
And I got a compliment on that G-Eazy joke. Somebody's like, that joke that you said about G-Eazy the other day, that was hilarious.
That's
awesome. Like, thank you, I thought of that by myself.
I better let Meg know because I don't think she's with us today.
What do you mean?
I don't think she's watching right now.
Oh, the way you said it, I was like, wait, what happened to her?
She's still alive. I think she might be at work.
What happened?
She works weird hours, like random hours.
Why are you here if something happened?
Yeah, well, I mean, the show must go on.
True that.
I mean, it doesn't matter what happens. The Cubicle Show has to happen.
Kylie.
Segue.
So Kylie, I don't know the full story here, but
eat your heart out, Bruno Mars.
Kylie Jenner is going to be the youngest billionaire ever.
Yeah, the youngest. Okay, I take issue with this, and so do a lot of people. The youngest self-made billionaire.
And I'll tell you why I don't take any issue with her being called self-made billionaire.
All right, let's talk about that. But she's about to turn 21. Mark Zuckerberg currently has the record for being the youngest self-made billionaire at 23. Her company, Kylie Cosmetics, which she owns 100% of, it's entirely hers. It's worth $900 million. And she only started 3 or 4 years ago, so it's made a ton of money in the last couple of years. She is by far the richest Kardashian, which I did not expect. The next one down is Kim, who's $350 million net worth.
That's a big difference.
That's it's like about a third of what Kylie's worth. And Kylie says she doesn't even do it for the money. Like she doesn't think about the money, and that makes sense. She doesn't need to. She doesn't have to worry about the money. She just does it because it's what she loves to do. And I think that's a kind of an interesting way of demonstrating that if you do what you're passionate about and you're already independently wealthy, you put out a good product. Yeah, Bart Simpson. But she's supposed to hit. The company's supposed to hit, according to Forbes. And again, this is legit. Like they're a real. Like they know what they're talking about. It's supposed to hit $1 billion within the next year or so. So she'll be 21 by the point when she becomes a billionaire. And so they're calling her the youngest self-made billionaire and lumping her in with people like, Mark Zuckerberg, who created Facebook just basically out of nothing, or Oprah Winfrey, who was like dirt poor growing up and made herself like literally from the ground up.
Okay, well, yeah, so maybe she had a little bit more privileged lifestyle than other people that are self-made billionaires. But, like, for Mark Zuckerberg, for example, like, to get to the level he was at, he had to go out and get investors into Facebook, and he still had to go out and get other people to invest into his company to make it what it is. So what's the difference if Kylie had to go out and get investors to help with money up
No, that's
front?
not what I'm saying.
No, but still, though. Yeah, that's what people like. That's like an example of like what people are saying. Like she could always get the help no matter where it is, and it's like, well, what's the difference of getting family help or outside help? You still get the help to build it up.
The difference
Mark
being,
Zuckerberg had a lot of investors into Facebook before he did that, so he's not self-made. What about all those investors?
No, I mean you got to go out and get the investors. That's being that's if you start as nobody and you go get investors to back your product, that's self-made.
So all those books Oprah put out, she put them out by herself. She didn't have a publishing company to help her do that.
It's not. That's not self-made. Self-made billionaire doesn't mean you do 100% of the work all yourself. It means you had nothing when you started. You created something. You attracted people that wanted to back you.
Yeah, she had nothing. Her parents had money and her sisters had money.
Okay, let me just. Strictly speaking, by the definition of self-made, basically what it means is she didn't inherit the money, right? So you got billionaires like Donald Trump who inherited a ton of money. He's not a self-made billionaire. But when you really break it down, Kylie Jenner was already famous and already a millionaire when she started this company. Right, so she built this company on the back of Kim Kardashian's sex tape. Let's be real.
No, but
okay?
she's self-made herself.
The Kardashians are where they are. Right, she's a half Kardashian.
No, she's a Jenner.
Oh yeah, you're right. I guess she's strictly speaking not any percent Kardashian. Okay, Kardashian Jenner, to reframe it in a strictly legalistic sense, because that's what we're getting down to here. Everything that her empire is built on is Ray J and Kim Kardashian making freaking a tape, right? The Kardashians, yeah, they were wealthy and they were privileged and they were well-to-do
self-made,
socialites.
Dude.
Before that,
family.
Like who was it? Robert Kardashian was a pretty famous lawyer who worked on the O.J. Simpson case, but they weren't anywhere near where they are until that sex tape happened, and then they leveraged that into a show. And Kylie was like 14 years old when the show. No, she was young. She was like 10 when the show came out.
Self-made,
right?
dude.
No, she wasn't self-made. She was thrust into a ton of money.
And when
you've got that money, you can start a company and do, like I said, when you have the money, you can do whatever you want without fear of failure, and you can make a good product because you can just focus on what you want to do. And that's what she did. And
so what? So
it's a lot. It's just because
large
amount of growth.
So what? Just because she has a backup plan or somewhere to fall if she fails, you shouldn't be taken away from what she did.
Yeah, like it should be if you're calling her a self-made billionaire. If you're comparing her to Oprah Winfrey, like it's not even close.
Oprah had a lot of help along the way.
But she started from actual nothing. She didn't. Kylie Jenner did not start from actual nothing.
Yeah, she did.
No, she did not. Don't even, you darn troll. I will not accept that. I'm gonna drop the gavel on this troll.
When Kylie was like 3 days
old, the hammer falls.
She had nothing. Nothing. That family wasn't like stinky rich then.
They were pretty rich. Well, they've lived in Beverly Hills like this entire time.
Yeah, but that doesn't make them rich.
Yeah, it does. If you live in Beverly Hills, you're rich. The cost of living out there is like astronomical.
See, you're just crazy. You just want to hate
for
no
I'm
reason
sorry.
at all.
I'm sorry for backing up my argument with facts.
There is no facts here. Like, alternative.
You gonna go work for the White House now? Is that what you're... Spin Dr. Scott?
Ooh, damn, and the spin doctors are coming.
Yeah, they are. That's right.
Or maybe
the Schenectady Summer Night? Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah, Schenectady Summer Night.
That's tomorrow.
Coming. Is it? Oh.
Yeah, we were running promos for that.
2 princes, 2 spins is... Okay, and speaking
Kylie's super rich, that's the point.
Yeah.
Really, really rich.
And Kylie, as she gets all this money, she finally decides to change something about her appearance.
Yeah, I wonder if she decided that she wanted to go a little bit more natural now that she's about to become a billionaire.
Yes. So what did she do?
So she posted a picture on Instagram the other day, and people were like, "Oh wow, she looks different. She looks like the old Kylie. What's going on?" And she actually responded to a comment and was like, "I took out all my fillers." So you look at her lips, and they look deflated. They look smaller than they used to be. And people are like, "Oh wow, the natural look looks really good on you." And obviously,
the natural look.
This is the only
Not
work she
much
ever had done
natural on
because
her.
she looks just like the old Kylie. Well, no, she
just looked like the
she
old
doesn't.
Kylie. Oh my
She
god.
does not look just like the old. She looks more like the old Kylie.
I wish I had prepared a little bit more because I'd have an old Kylie image and a new Kylie image to put up on the screen because they do not look the same.
Granted, she's gotten older, so she has more age definition. But like, if you look at the old Kylie face, it was much more angular and less like rounded and poofy.
Yeah.
So you know she's got stuff going on up in here, and if you don't think that she does, I'll tell you what, you need to take out your eye filler and open them.
Yeah, shout out James, thanks for tuning on in. Kyle says this goes along with the investor stuff. A few grand compared to the million she already had access to. Investor's investor, a few grand, whatever. If you invested like say couple $1,000s into Facebook when it first started, you'd have like millions and millions of dollars.
But the reason, here's the thing. Here's another point against you. The reason why Kylie owns 100% of the company is because she didn't have to get investors. She fronted all the money because she already had it. Boom! Hand clap emoji.
So you just proved my point. You just proved my point by saying she used her own money to create.
Where'd
her
she get that
company
money from?
From business, from working,
from being on TV.
Okay, so
on
right
a
now,
show that she had nothing to do with creating.
Okay, so if you took all the money you made right now from working here at Albany Broadcasting, right, and you took that money and you invested it into a company that eventually made you $1 billion.
That made me a self-made billionaire.
No, it isn't. Then because you had all this money that you were
I worked
making.
for that money.
Yeah, she works for her money.
She didn't work for any of the money she got for being on TV.
How are you going to say she didn't work for her money? That's ridiculous.
She was born into it.
Oh my god! So you're saying the job we do is work?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Like it's out there like a state job. Like you're like, well, not all state jobs. Like you're out there like pouring cement and like working.
No,
like,
it's
on the
not
street.
manual labor, but it is work.
So what's the difference between her being on TV and us being on the radio?
Because she gets to just live her life.
Okay, there you go. You don't have really much to say.
I don't have much to say because I know there's more that goes into being on that TV show than what they want us to think.
Well, I'm right. I'm always right.
Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna have this. You can be the Scott Cubicle Show if you keep proving me wrong.
Well, I can't because this next topic is all yours.
That's
Taylor
right.
Swift.
I have the power. Okay, so Taylor Swift. If you look at the evolution of Taylor Swift over the... Oh, wait, we got to be careful because A, G-Dog is coming, and B, you always got to watch what you say about Taylor Swift because the Taylor Swift CIA is always listening. Now, if you look at the evolution of Taylor Swift from when she first started out as, country girl with teardrops on her guitar and the slam of screen doors and all of that. What's up, Honduras? Annie, thanks for checking in. See, this is why we talk about the Eastern time zone being the only time zone that matters because we do have people from other time zones. I'm pretty sure Honduras isn't another time zone. I'm sorry for your time zone being sucky, but at least I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah, when you like experience the Eastern time zone, you're just like,
it changes your life.
Holy crap! This is way better than Central. It's way better than Mountain.
Pacific is.
Ugh.
That's what they have in Beverly Hills. That's where, if you want to be a self-made billionaire, you have to be from the Eastern time zone. I think that needs to be the new rule.
Yeah, big facts.
So anyway, Taylor Swift. So basically, the question is, she's evolved, she's grown, she's experienced massive success. She's selling out arenas all over the world now, making gazillions of dollars. How has her creative process changed since she was that little girl from Nashville or wherever she's from? Or actually, I think she was originally from Pennsylvania. But anyway, how has she changed? Well, she did an interview. I'm glad you asked how she changed, because she did an interview with Harper's Bazaar, where she said that nothing has really changed about her creative process.
What up, Vic from the Philippines right now? What up?
She said, quote, "It can get complicated on every other level, but the songwriting is still the same uncomplicated process as it was when I was 12 years old, writing songs in my room." Basically, she follows her heart. She said, quote, "There are mystical, magical moments, inexplicable moments when an idea that is fully formed just pops into your head, and that's the purest part of my job." Can you imagine?
AKA, I am always the victim. That's what I write about.
Can you imagine having a fully formed idea that pops into your head and it's like printing money? Can you imagine having an idea that's that valuable? I mean, I have ideas like that every day, but nobody hears them. Nobody cares. because, marginalization.
Oh, damn.
Don't got to hit him with the N word, but we got to be quiet with that one because that pushes some buttons around here. And let me tell
Ooh,
you,
it definitely does.
we do have some cloud tokens now, though.
Yeah, we
So-
did. So shout out to people that came through and delivered us some cloud tokens. And I'm going to attempt to change a picture for this next topic that I
Okay.
forgot to put one in here. So anything you want to say about her before we're
No,
out
I mean,
of
I just
here?
thought there was. It's interesting how basically
it did
the idea that nothing is. Segue. The idea that nothing has changed for her is just like she is, I guess, that naturally talented that she could just write a song like that. It's just she gets a feeling and writes a song. I wish I could do that. That's like basically what I do when I go to McDonald's. I'm like, I feel like I want a McGriddle right now. Except when Taylor Swift does it, she makes $1 million.
Ugh. So Pokemon, they have this new Pitbull Pokemon. What's
Okay,
going
I'll
on
tell you
here?
this story. So
I
over
gotta
the
watch
weekend,
this.
over the weekend,
not to be.
Pokemon Go had a community day thing where you could catch the Squirtle Squad, and I went to this with some of my friends. The Squirtle Squad basically means just like on the TV show Pokemon, the Squirtle Squad are Squirtles that wear sunglasses. So you could catch Squirtles with sunglasses. Somebody caught one, named it Mr. Worldwide because Squirtle kind of looks like Pitbull if he's wearing sunglasses. And they sent it to Pitbull and was like, "What do you think?" And he responded, "Dale." On Twitter. This actually happened. He quote tweeted, it was like, "Dale." And then there were a bunch of people on Twitter being like, "Oh, I thought he said Dale. I didn't understand." I was like, man.
Have you not heard a Pitbull song ever?
Pitbull, where has he been?
G-Dog.
He's been in Miami.
Yeah,
Moved to Miami.
with
Pitbull.
Enrique Iglesias.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the new song. That's the first song I've heard from him in like 2 years. Like a solid 2 years.
No, he's
at
put out
least.
songs. Don't worry.
They haven't crossed my path.
Yeah, there hasn't been really a Pitbull song that's been a hit in a while.
Yeah. But you think he's back? Is he now that he's got Squirtle head?
I don't know. This is an Enrique Iglesias song, not a Pitbull
Right.
song.
It's a Pitbull feature. Is that what Enrique Iglesias needs to jumpstart his career?
Maybe.
Is a feature from Mr.
Ooh.
Worldwide?
Well, thank God Pitbull's putting people on such new talented artists like Enrique Iglesias.
Would you refer
Like I would
to
never have known him without Pitbull.
Would you think of Pitbull as the Nickelback of hip hop?
No.
Somebody said that to me the other day, and it's funny because they were sort of popular like right around the same time ish. Nickelback was a little bit earlier, but actually Nickelback was first being popular in like 2002, so that's a little bit off.
I don't know about that.
But
I don't know. I think people like Pitbull.
yeah, John, I just wanted to let you know that since we were broadcasting from right next to the Wi-Fi router, we got people from Honduras and the Philippines watching us.
Yeah.
Right now.
Nice.
No lie, it's the signal strength. We're
Worldwide.
broadcasting
Well,
wide.
because we're Pitbull. We're 305
That's
here.
right.
And you know why?
Mister's 305.
See, and you want to know why Pitbull succeeds so much? Because he's in the Eastern time zone.
That's right. It all
Just another
comes
example.
back around.
So if I turn that off, we can,
Yeah, it'd be over.
It would shut it down. And everybody else's Wi-Fi in the building, too.
That's true.
So,
It would cause a lot of work to come grinding to a halt.
yeah.
that's what we should
Productivity. No, see, they're going. They're plugged in. They got the direct Ethernet. So, we got box office Bill. Are we going to really... Okay, we might be... I was going to say, are we really doing this? See ya. Next week.
How long is the show now?
We're about to end it.
We started late. We started like 10:37.
Yeah.
So
Because we gave
we're
out,
wrapping up. Don't worry, John.
We gave out like a warning and
advance
everything
notice
that
so
we were
people
doing
could
the
prepare
show.
themselves, head to their bomb shelters, put on their noise-canceling headphones, maybe their librarian helmets, and retreat to a soundproof room. Christy, hey, can I have one of those too? Oh, I guess not. Oh. What are you doing? You're moving your hand. There we go.
So, Movie Pass Bill, hit the movies, and let's be
All right, so this week I've actually been really bad at this. I've been so busy. I haven't had time to see many movies. I still haven't seen Jurassic World. I guess Hotel Transylvania 3 is out tonight, which I do not care about at all. But Skyscraper is also out today, and I am interested in that because it's The Rock versus a building. And really, The Rock versus anything is something that I want to see. Probably won't see it tonight because I got to get ready to go to a wedding this weekend, but I'm going to check that out as soon as I can. And you can check it out too. But I've not been happy with Movie Pass lately, and I've also not been happy with.
That's why it's no
one
longer
of the-
Movie Pass
right,
Bill.
box
It's Box
Bill.
Office
One
Bill.
of the local theaters. I won't mention any names because Some people apparently get real pissy when you say bad things about them, but one of the local theaters has implemented assigned seating, and
I love it.
Sucks.
It is
sucks.
so
It's
good.
terrible.
Oh man, let me
It
tell you
makes
the
me want
best
to go to
thing
the other
about it.
local theater.
Right?
The other local
I
theater.
ordered my tickets at my house. Like, oh, thank you. Like,
Oh,
like
wow, I
about-
feel blessed.
Nah. I ordered my tickets like 90 minutes before the movie the other day at my house, and then I showed up to the movie like 10 minutes, not even, before it started, and I walked in and I got my seats right in the
That's great.
center.
No, that's
it
great
was
for
so
you.
good. Like, screw you. I
That
just got it.
That's nice, and I'm glad you can do that, but you can't order tickets ahead of time with MoviePass. You got to show up
So
at
that's
the
not a
theater.
theater issue. That's a movie pass issue. Stop
It is
blaming it on the
It is
theater.
a movie pass issue, but if you put restrictions, if the theater's putting restrictions like that, it's not even like a Regal thing, because Crossgates isn't doing it.
It's good.
It's like, why you're gonna push away MoviePass users who all want to see the movie together but can't get there all at the same time.
MoviePass is pushing away MoviePass users.
That's true.
Itself.
The service
So
itself
stop
is going
blaming
down
it on
too.
something else.
No, I'm gonna blame it on whatever I want to blame
Okay,
it on,
let's
and
get
whatever
out
I
of here.
believe is right. But I just want to say that when I did go to see Ant-Man last weekend, basically nobody was following the assigned seating anyway, and I thought that was awesome because power to the people.
Well, you know
Rise
what?
up.
When I walk in and somebody's in my seat,
Yeah, you tell them to move.
you're gonna
sure.
get out of my
but
seat.
like I was sitting, we were sitting not in our assigned seats, and nobody. It wasn't a full theater, so.
Yeah, because the movie's garbage.
Well, the movie wasn't that good. It really. Yeah, we didn't talk about that, did we? Yeah, 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah. All right, so with that being said,
Yeah, we
that's
did. We
it for
talked about
this
it Monday.
week's Cubicle Show. We've been going around. I don't know where we'll be next Monday.
If we're even still broadcasting.
Listen, if there's...
Because, even though we're not supposed to get yelled at for this, it's going to come down on our
Yeah,
heads,
we're
and
going to
that's how it
definitely
goes.
get yelled at for this, for sure. So if we get a new router, a stronger
We can go
router,
wherever we want.
we could go wherever in this building.
We could even go, if we got a really strong one, we could go to the picnic table outside
We
and
could.
do the live from nature Cubicle Show.
You know what's crazy is that they make really strong routers these days that like
That
stretch
could
like
afford
20
us
yards.
the opportunity to do that.
Believe it or not, they exist. Anyways, any shout out? Oh, we both turned off our screens.
Actually, mine is still.
You want to
mine's
just see if
still
there's
on. Hang
anybody
on,
else in there real
let me
quick
just
to
take
give a
look
shout
and
out
make sure
to?
that we're not missing any.
So remember, you catch the Cubicle Show on the Jams Facebook page.
James is watching from Qatar.
Oh,
which
wow.
is definitely a long way away. He's a Qatar hero. That's my roommate. He's in the Air Force doing some service.
Oh, I remember him one year when I was at your place for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, he was in
He was
Kuwait.
FaceTimed.
Yeah, we was FaceTiming New Year's from Kuwait
Yeah.
at that point.
Thank you for your service.
He hates it when you say that, so thank you for your service.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that you hate it, but for real though,
I did, and that's
thank
why I
you.
said it.
But yeah, next time
Nothing's
I see you,
changed
though,
back here at home.
what's his name? James.
James, yeah,
I will not say that again to you.
I will every time.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's
Facebook
it.
page Monday through Thursday at 10:30 Eastern time.
Because that's the only time zone that matters.
One. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show! That's what I'm talking about, boy! Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah? Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah! Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Not a rectangle show. Not a triangle show. Not a pyramid show. It's a cubicle show. Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah? Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah! Cubicle Show. We just gotta do one. Boy!